Good morning, my dear respected students. And again, I think so. We begin with a file handling because this one is one of the lengthy chapters. And my dear respected students, today I think so that we have done with text files. And after that, we proceed with two different types of files. That is a binary and a CSV file. So I'm just begin with my content here, my dear respected students, with due permission here. What we do here, kindly concentrate. Today we are talking about a flush function. What is the meaning of that flush function? First of all, I just going to elaborate this concept with the help of an practical demonstration, and then only we are supposed to read the theoretical portion. So it's a bit clear to you all that what do you understand by a flash function here. So kindly concentrate, dear students, kindly concentrate. It's my humble request here. So what it makes sense, kindly concentrate. What I do, I'm just going to mention here obj1 is equal to open, and I'm just going to mention the name here, that is simar1 dot txt. And what we do here, we are supposed to write something within that particular, and we are supposed to mention it as obj1 dot write operation. This is pretty much clear to all of you. And I'm just going to type welcome you all. And after that, we just close this. And what we do, we are just going to press the F5 here, hit the enter key here. And in that, what we do, FH, and I think so, we are just going to mention it as 22, 23. Okay, I'm just going to hit the enter key. In these two lines, there is no error will be there. Why so? Because they display the content, and here it is, no error will display. But what happened if I'm just going to open that particular? So kindly concentrate. It's my humble request, dear students. I'm just going to open my computer here. I'm just going to paste that URL here and hit the enter key. And what we are searching for, we are searching for simmer1 here. And what we do when we double click on that particular, nothing is going to be written on that particular file. Even what we are doing, we are supposed to write that content. So it's very much clear here, my dear respected students. Kindly concentrate. When we are supposed to perform any kind of write operation, they are not supposed to write, because the content, when you insert that with the help of a keyboard, this is going to be stored in a buffer, which is a temporary memory. These are supposed to be stored in a buffer. And after that, what they do, they are just simply going to pass that data to a secondary storage, whether it is pen drive, whether it is hard disk, or something other than this. So if you want to move that data from buffer to a secondary storage, in that case we are supposed to mention it as a obj1 dot close function. Kindly concentrate. It's very much important here. I'm just going to hit F5 and hit the enter key here, my dear respected students. Again it works. And now what happened when we are supposed to open, because this is the previous one, I'm just going to close this and click here on a simmer one here. Now the content is being written here, then that it is to be considered as a welcome you all. It says that without a close function, we are not supposed to write the content from a buffer to a secondary storage. Now, sir, you are talking about a flush function, but now you are talking about a close. Now, kindly concentrate here. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make the changes in the name of that particular file. Again, what we do, for practical demonstration, I'm just going to hit the enter key here. Again, we are searching for a file that is a simmer2 here. What we do here, we are supposed to search for a simmer2, SIMAR. Okay, it says, yes, I am here only. Yes, this is simmer2. Double click here. And what happens, the thing is going to be right as discussed earlier, that for the time being, when we are not supposed to enter a close function here, in that case, they are not going to write the content within a secondary storage. But one more option will be there, that we are supposed to mention here flush, FLUSH. This is a function. What it does that when you want to enter something within a file, and in spite of using a close, what we do, we are just going to hit F5 and hit the enter key here. Again it works. And what happened now, dear students, when we double click on a simmer2, in spite of using a close function here, my dear respected students, in spite of using a close function here, what it does, it just use that this content is supposed to be written on the on a secondary storage. Now just tell me, can you please elaborate in a chat box that what is the purpose, what is the actual purpose of using a flush function? Very good. I'm just waiting for you all in a chat box that what is the purpose of using a flush function, FLUSH. Very good, very good. Fatafat. Very good. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. And for the time being, I'm just going to shift myself from this Python shell from the PPT portion here. Kindly just type what is the meaning of flush. If you don't have any idea, you can type no. No issues with that. Why you are taking much more time, my dear respected students? If you don't have any idea, type no. No issues with that. Very good. Very good. Very good. I'm still waiting for your response. I'm still waiting for your response. If you want that, okay, Jacob, it replaced the buffer storage to a secondary storage. No, it's not replacing. Actually, the data is being stored firstly in a buffer, and if you want to store that particular data on a secondary storage, then we are using a close function, and the replacement of close is also to be called as a buffer function. Khushi says it transfers the buffer memory to a secondary, and it is an alternate of close. Very good, great, Khushi, thank you. Many more to come. Only two replies I have received, or message I have received. One is from Jakor and second is for Khushi Jeti. If you others are not able to understand, they can type no. No issues with that. Okay, no issues. I'm just begin with that the theoretical portion here. The flush forces the writing of data on disk still pending in output buffer. So what it makes sense, when we write the data and with the help of a write function, in that case, what happens? The data is being stored in a buffer and they are waiting for a close function. But if you don't want to use a close function, in spite of using a close function, what we do, we use a flush function and automatically they just force that particular data to be passed away from a buffer to a secondary storage for representing a permanent storage, because buffer is a temporary storage and it moves from a buffer to a secondary, then it is to be considered as a permanent storage. Very good. Say yes or no if the concept is clear. This is the pictorial representation that if we are writing obj1.write covel here, and after that what we do here, we are supposed to that content is being stored in a buffer, and what we do, we use a close to store that, or we can replacement as an alternate, we can also use a flush to store that particular into a disk. Very good. Now kindly consider here, this is the practical demonstration as we have done also. Here it is a loop that the name is being stored multiple times within a particular file, but nothing is going to be stored. Because why so? Because we have not used a close function here. And in second program, it says, yes, in spite of using close, we are using a flush here. So automatically they just pass that content from a buffer to a secondary storage. And the content which is going to be displayed on the screen is as similar, which is displayed on the screen here. Very good. Kindly type yes, no in a chat box if it is understand by you or not. Yes, Harjivan ji is saying yes. Commerce 32 commerce, yes. Jakor ji, yes. Very good, very good. All are requested to kindly give me a response. It's my humble request. Norman, yes, sir. Sir, can you please repeat Simran? Simran, it's my humble request. Kindly concentrate, beta. It says that if while you are performing a file handling, I'm not taking an example of that text file, binary file, or CSV file. It says when you write something with the help of a write function, and that particular is being stored in a temporary memory that is being considered as a buffer here. But if you forcefully want to move that data from buffer to a secondary storage, in such case we can write it as close. But what happen in case of close, when we write close, they just close that particular file. But alternatively, if you want to move that data from a buffer to a secondary storage, in that case, simmer beta, we are using flush. In such case, the file is not closed, but we are forcefully sending a data from a buffer to a secondary storage. Now it's clear, Simran? Kindly type in a chat box, yes or no. No issues with that. Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Nupur. Thank you, Kushi. Thank you, Nupur, for your kind replies. Okay. Now the next thing is, dear students, standard file stream. What it makes sense, and it's pretty much clear here that we are not going to use such kind of thing frequently, but what we do, because this is a part of our syllabus, so we are supposed to do that. First, it says input output function perform using standard input output stream objects. So what it makes sense, when we talk about the input, keyboard is the input. When we talk about output, the monitor is being displayed, or any device which is used for displaying a content, that is to be called as the output device. Second point says, since we use high level functions for performing input output through keyboard and monitor, such as input and print, it's very much clear that in Python itself, we are for accepting any data, we use input, and for displaying anything, we are using a print function. So it's not very much important that we are using these standard file streams, but because this is a part of syllabus, so we are supposed to do it once, and otherwise there is no need to use these functions. We are not required to explicitly use input output stream objects. Yahan pe usne mention kar diya that there is no need to use such kind of functions, but because we are supposed to do some practicals here, so in that case, what we do, we are supposed to perform that practically, because this is the part of our syllabus. So what we do here, I'm just going to perform this here only, no issues with that. What we are going to do, my dear respected students, okay, I'm just going to display PPT once, because very important content is displayed there. Standard input, output, and error stream. It means we are using three types of streams here. One is for input, second is for output, and third is for displaying an error in case there is error within your program. So what we do here, very important thing, what we are talking about, in order to work with a standard input output stream, we need to import system module, sys module, SYS. So what we do now, because we have an idea now that we are supposed to import that particular. So in spite of just calling it as import SYS, so it's very much difficult for us, because after this, each and every time we are supposed to write the name of the module. So what we do here, we are supposed to call it as from sys import, from sys import, from sys import asterisk kar lete hain. Asterisk means all the functions, they are supposed to be imported. So what we do, kindly concentrate for the simple scenario where we are typing. What we are typing, for example, enter the first number. But you are saying, sir, this is the standard function we are using for displaying something. So in spite of using such things, in spite of using print here, what we do, we call that function, which is to be called as std, standard out output dot write. Write says that I'm just going to display the content on the screen. So what we do when we run this program, it says I'm just going to hit the enter key, and it simply display that message, enter the first number is equal to. This is the only working of that particular. And now what happened with if we required that particular input here, when we required input. So for the same, what we do, dear students, we mention the name of the variable, and as we required it as an integer now, so we mention it as int, and type standard input dot read here. Read, first of all, I am going to use a read function, but kindly make sure that when we run this program, all the time, if we are using a read, because they continuously read that particular, so after each line, what we do, we are supposed to insert or press the key combination, that is a control plus D. I'm just going to elaborate this, no issues with that. Okay. Now what happened here, in that place, when we hit the enter key, it says yes, enter the first number, yes, very good, and now we type it as 12. So it means this will happen. And now what happens here, that they are continuously working, because this arrow is not appearing after that. So what we do, we are supposed to press control plus D here for termination of that reading process, which is moving continuously. So in spite of using that, if we use a read line here, So then we just run this program, and what we do here, we just type 12 here, and when we hit the enter key, automatically that particular cursor is supposed to be displayed on the screen. Hopefully the content will be understand by you. Control plus D is used with a read function only. In place we are using a read line here. We are not supposed to use that particular control plus D combination here. Okay, so what we do here, we are just going to copy that particular, and what we do, in spite of writing it again, what we do here, we are just going to mention it as second number. Kindly concentrate, dear students. And what we do here, as we require it as second one, we are just going to change it as a B in spite of using A here, because we are earlier using A. Now we are going to make sure that is it possible to divide A with B? I'm just going to use the concept of divide by zero error here. So what we do here, if we are checking if b is equal to 0, agar b is equal to 0 hai, so what it display a kind of error. So what we do, standard error std err dot, because we are going to display some message here. So what we do here, we are just going to display right here, and it says divide by 0 error, divide by 0 error. So, and after that, if it not happens here, so then we are supposed to type it as a else here, and again we display some error, because this is not a error this time when we move it towards the else portion. So what we type here for displaying, std out dot write function here, and we display possible to divide a number, and we just hold down. Now what happened here, dear student, kindly concentrate, because in spite of using a print here, we are using such command that std standard output and write, which is used to display the content on the screen. And in spite of using an input function here, what we use here, we are using stdin, that is a standard input function. Similar way we can use this on these two lines. Agar b is equal to 0 means if the second variable storing a value that is a 0, then they are just going to display a error here, that is that divide by 0 error. But one more important thing here, for example, kindly concentrate here, dear student, kindly concentrate. In case we have displaying some error in a Python, it will display in a red, I think so. So for example, if we are typing it as a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this is a tuple this time, and what we do, we type it as a and 0 is equal to 34, and when we hit the enter key, it says always in Python errors will be displayed with a red color. So what we do when we use the standard error function here, in that case, this divide by 0 error is being displayed in that order, that it is displayed in a red color. Now what we do here, we are just going to hit the F5 here and entering that particular, it says 12, and now we type it as 4. Now what it does, it just directly check that condition, and in such way, if the condition is not satisfied, it moves towards the else section and display possible to divide a number here. But what happen if we are just going to hit F5 again, and what we do here, we just mention it as here it is 12, and again what we do, we just mention it as a 0. Now what happened when we enter here, because this is a standard error dot write function, it displays yes, that is divide by 0 error. मेरे बच्चों को जिनको मेरी बात समझ आ गई हो, those are requested to kindly type in a chat box yes, no and suggestions. Very good. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Prabjot is saying, okay, one more thing I want to discuss with you all, my dear respected students, that hopefully you are all making notes on your notebooks regarding your computer science subject. Just tell me yes, if you are making notes. If you are making notes of each and everything, then type yes in a chat box. Only 1 or 2 yeses now. So if you are making notes, so you are supposed to type yes in a chat box. I am still waiting. Only Jackor is typing yes. Otherwise, okay. All are typing. No issues. Very good. Gurpreet, Aniruddha है ये 32 वाला ना मेरे को लगता है 32 commas. No issues. Thank you very much. Thank you. And all are requested. All are requested to kindly make notes of each and everything. Okay. I just want to proceed further, my dear respected students. Now, what it makes sense? It makes sense, yes, that what is the meaning of STD in? When a stream reads from an input, standard input, out means when we are going to display the data on the screen. And when we talk about STD error here, it says when we are supposed to display any kind of error on the screen, then we are using sys.stderr. Why we are not inserting sys in our practical demonstration? Because we are importing a module in such a way, then there is again and again there is no need to write the name of that particular module here. Okay. Now, what it makes sense that this is a practical demonstration. This is one more practical demonstration regarding the same, but we have done with some other practical demonstration, and this will be the output of that. So what we do here with statement, very important here. Kindly concentrate. What is the difference in between with statement and a dash? I'm just going to discuss that thing. With statement automatically close the file. Now, what is the meaning of that? Kindly concentrate. It's my humble request here, my dear respected students. What we do here, when we type here, as earlier we have discussed, obj1 is equal to open here, and we are just going to mention simar 2.txt, and we are supposed to write a content here. So what happened here, we are just going to mention it as obj1.write here and type hello. So what we do here, we are supposed to mention it as obj1.close here. But for the time being, if we are not going to close that particular, as earlier we have discussed the same thing, that the file is being created here in that particular location, that I'm just going to hit the enter key here. It says that file is being created named as a simmer3, I think so. Where is the simmer3? Okay, it's okay, no issues. Simmer2 is there. I'm just going to create a simmer3 with that. So what we do, I'm just going to press F5 here. And what we do here, we are just going to searching for simmer3 here and hit the enter key. And now hopefully we get that particular. It says that nothing is going to be stored in that. So what we do here, we are supposed to open that obj1.close, and now what we are going to do, we are just going to hit the enter key here, and it makes sense that I'm just going to open it, and now the content will be written. But one very powerful and interesting way here is that we are going to use similar kind of functionality is being performed, and there is no need to use a flush as well as a close. So what we do, we use a keyword with, and then we type open, and then we type name of the file simmer4.txt here, and we type it as a write operation. As this time we use a as for a file object here. This is the syntax actually. This says with, after that opening a file, name of the file is simmer4.txt, and in which mode we are going to open that file, that is a write mode, as obj1. obj1 means this is a file object here. So what we do here, when we hit the enter key here and we type it as obj1.write, yes, I am with, and I'm just going to close that particular. And what we are going to do here, we are not going to use whether it is a close, whether it is a flush function, but it says this is saying that yes, I am automatically enforce that close function for writing data from buffer to a secondary storage. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to open that particular, hit the enter key here, searching for the simmer4, and without using obj1.close or without using a obj1.flush, what it makes sense, it makes sense that they terminate or they call close function automatically, or we called it as a explicitly, not implicitly. Implicitly means we are supposed to write that thing, and explicitly mean they are supposed to, by default they are supposed to write the data by calling that particular close function in program without writing that in a program. So now this one is clear. Kindly type in a chat box yes, no, and in case you have any suggestions, you can give me a suggestions as well. Very good, 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 very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bhagat. Thank you for coming. थोड़ा सा लेट था आज, कोई बात नहीं, no issues with that. Prabjot, God bless you. Thank you very much, beta. Okay, now I'm just going to move towards theoretical portion here. It says, yes, I am opening that file and writing a Kavaljit. Nothing is going to be right. Why so? Because we are not using a with and we are not using close. So this time we are using a with without a close, but the content is being written on the screen here. So no, I'm not going to use that particular. So what it makes sense, one practical demonstration regarding the same is that now we are supposed to read the content of a particular file here. So what we do, we just call again a REPL. मेरी बेटी को कॉल करता हूं मैं. Okay, here it is. I think so. I'm just going to call a file that is a REPL2.txt if I'm correct here. First of all, I'm just going to check here. And what we are going to do here, we are supposed to read the content of that file, and then we are supposed to search for a vowels. क्या कौन से होते हैं यार vowels? A E I O U है ना, यही वाले होते हैं ना. तो हम वो वाले काउंट करते हैं. एक बार पहले चेक कर लें कि ये उसमें कंटेंट है क्या. We are just going to hit okay, sorry, it's absolutely my fault. I'm just going to write a print here for displaying the content here, and it says yes, we get that information, but I need that appropriate content what we are reading that way. Okay, this one is fine, I think so. This one is fine with spaces and all. So what we do here, for the time being, what we do, we are just going to open that particular file, that is a REPL1.txt. We are just going to read that particular file here, and what we do as they read the content here, so we use a variable here for storing that particular data. They gives the similar kind of result. If we type it as a data here and hit the enter key, the entire information is going to be displayed here. But in spite of using this print statement, what we do for I in data, it means now one by one we are supposed to read the content which is being stored in a variable that is a data. And what we are going to do, agar if I in I am just going to elaborate here that in is a very powerful tool here. For I in, so what we are going to type here, AEIOUS. I think so. No, S is not there. AEIOU, AEIOU. In both the ways, that whether it is a uppercase and a lowercase, all the characters will be supposed to be counted here. So what we do, we just type here count plus 1 here. And what we do this time, because they have counted that particular, we just mention it as a print number of vowels is equal to count here. And can I run this program here? Yes, this shows the error. Okay, name error, name count is not defined. Okay, sorry. Thank you very much for your information, Python. So count is equal to 0 here and F5 here. So what it makes sense? It makes sense. Yes, these are the things which we are searching for. In similar way, if you are talking about, for example, you are searching for a capital V here. So what we do here, in spite of this thing, I'm just going to mention it as a V here. And what we do here, number of V's are here. Count and press F5 and hit the enter. It says how many times I will be there? I will be there. That is 2 times. And if any other alphabets you want to just searching for, you can search for the same. If the this program is clear, kindly type yes in a chat box. Yes in a chat box. Be quick. We have only 9 minutes left. I think so. Very good. Very good. Very good. Great. Yes, students are typing yes, but not as fast as they are supposed to. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Shari. Okay, no issues with that. I'm just going to move forward here, dear students. This is a program here, what we have done here. And after that, this will be the output based on that particular file. So again, here it is some other thing that we are searching for W and W. So we can do it in such a way. We can find it as that. It says that if we are supposed to looking forward for a word which begins from a capital W and a small w, then we are doing this way we are doing. And in that case, because we supposed to convert it into a list of string, then they are using a split function here. So next thing what we are going to do here, and these are the things they are searching for, okay, no problem. No, very important thing here, my dear respected student, this is a absolute and relative path. कल मेरी डिस्कशन हुई, I have word with Khushi Kheti ji regarding their issue. They call me and they just want to sort it out one problem they are facing. So I have a short session with the Khushi ji on Zoom as well, on not on Zoom, any desk I think so. So after that we are able to sort out the problem here, and I just told them that this is the concept of absolute and relative path. So I'm just going to elaborate this concept here as well. Absolute path start from the topmost directory in a file system. So this is not bit clear. Can you please help me with that if you can? Yes, I'm just going to I'm just going to do that thing. Can you please allow me for the same? Yes sir, I'm just going to allow you to do that thing. So what we do here, kindly concentrate here, kindly concentrate. What I'm just going to do here, I'm just going to type one obj1 is equal to, it says open here, and I'm just going to type here a data one dot txt. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to write that particular, and we do it as obj1 dot write function, and I'm just going to write here I am data one. I am data one. So what we do here, we can mention it as obj1 dot close here. And but this time, what we are going to do here, if you are just looking for a current working directory, what we do, import OS here and print here that OS dot get CWD. It says yes, the current working directory is C drive, user, school, app, local program, Python, and all that thing. But in place of that, what we do, we are just going to click on a file, then click on a save here. In spite of storing that on a default location, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to click on a D drive here. After that, I'm just searching for a Kavaljit here. And after that, for example, this is the option bus DVR details. I'm just going to save that particular program here, FH24. And what we do, we are just going to click on a save option here, And what we do, we are just going to press F5 and hit the enter key here. This time, kindly concentrate. It says, in spite of saving this on a C drive, which is the current working directory, I'm going to save this information on a D drive, Kavaljit bus DVR details, and that is the program which is FH24. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to open that particular D drive here. So I'm just searching for a Kavaljit here. And in a Kavaljit, we have bus DVR details, and we are supposed to looking forward for this file that is a data one here. So what happened now, if I'm just going to delete this one, or we can make it a comment, because I think so we require this again. So what we do here, we just mention it as, kindly concentrate. We just mention it as, I'm just going to read this content here, obj data one, and what we are going to do, we are going to read that, and in spite of this thing, what we do here, we are just going to read that particular and mention it as a print here, and press F5 and hit the enter key. What it says, yes, I'm reading from this particular D drive. This is the location. But what happened here, if I'm just going to press here, Control plus F6 here, restarting that shell, again, I'm just going to do it like this, that what they do, they again reading that particular content. Okay, they're reading that content. But here it is what happened. If I'm just going to terminate this, I'm just going to terminate this one as well, and opening this again. Kindly concentrate here. I'm just going to open a Python here, And what we do here, again we are checking, and we are typing here, that is obj1 is equal to open, and there it is a data1.txt, and this is a read mode here. Hit the enter key and mention it as a print here, and type it obj1.read, and hit the enter. What it makes sense, kindly concentrate, dear students. It reading a data, but a very important thing here what we are supposed to discuss here, because they are reading from the location, that is the exact location, which is the current working directory. As we have mentioned here, that this is not the data which is being stored in that particular file. If we are going to open data one here, in that location it says I am a data one, but they read from a current location. Current working directory means the working directory which is by default, means import OS, and we type it as print, we type it as os dot get cwd here, and hit the enter. So what it makes sense, they have some particular file here. I'm just going to click here and hit the enter key here, and now I'm just going to search for a data one here. So it means they are reading the data from that particular file in spite of a D drive here. So what we do now, my dear respected students, it says, now I'm just going to again move towards a local disk D and looking forward for a Kavaljit here. And now this is our bus DVR details. So if we type here, if we are supposed to create one new file here, that is a text file, and I'm typing SD12. SD12 is the name of that particular file. I'm just going to hit that. SD12, and what we are going to do here, I'm just going to type I am SD12, and I'm just going to save that particular file. But what happened now, if I'm just going to read that particular obj1 is equal to open, it says the file name is sd12.txt, and I'm just going to read that file and display the content as print. obj1 dot read is a function here, but when we press F5 and do it like this, it says FH25, if it is not there, yes, very good. And it says, what it says, file not found here, no such file or directory SD12 is available. Because why so? Because they are reading from that default location here. So what we are going to do here, we are supposed to right click here, click on the properties, and select that particular path from here, copy that information, mention it here like this along with the slash, and make it a raw string, because slash having a particular meaning. And when we hit the F5 and hit the enter key, they display that yes, I'm reading that content. And this is the example, of a path which is absolute, which begins from a root. जिनको मेरी बात यहाँ तक समझ आ गई हो, yes कर दीजिएगा. Very good. I think so the session is supposed to be over now. Very good, very good, very good, very good. अरे वाह, आ गया, मुझे सिमर का आ गया, तन्यम का आ गया, हिया सयाल, हरजीवन जी, जैक, और very good, Prabjot as well. I just missed one because due to the constraint of time. So next day we are just going to discuss the same thing. No issues with that. God bless you all. Keep watching and keep doing practicals.